Meetings like this fall under the umbrella of public diplomacy, people-to-people exchanges, academics and think tanks coming together to swap ideas. Zhao Qizheng, leading the Chinese delegation, opened the Iowa Symposium by quoting his president Xi Jinping.
We have 1,000 reasons to develop China-U.S. relations, but not a single one to harm them. Cooperation is the only right choice for both China and the U.S.
Chinese officials have been concerned that protectionist language coming from Washington could jeopardize bilateral trade between the world's two largest economies. It now stands at more than $500 billion. On Monday, the White House confirmed it would soon take action over what it's claimed is illegal Chinese steel dumping in the U.S.
China's export of steel to the United States only represents a small proportion of U.S. import of steel. So I don't think it's necessary for us to have this kind of steel war.
Both Washington and Beijing have committed to talking through their differences. It's part of a so-called 100-day plan on trade, and both sides say that talk has been positive. But some insist actions need to echo words.
Both countries are raising their military budgets, so there's a gap between the rhetoric and the behavior patterns of the two countries. And this has serious implications for the future.
Iowa may be quickly becoming one of the most pro-China states in the U.S. Nearly half of the state's soybeans now go to China, and the Chinese president once lived here. The U.S.'s new ambassador to China, Terry Branstad, had been governor of Iowa for more than 20 years.
Iowa isn't the biggest exporter to China, but it's steadily growing. And a lot of Chinese are curious about what other products Iowa will have to provide.
It's also a politically important state in the U.S., the first to hold a presidential primary every 4 years, meaning Iowans have an influence over who's in the White House. The message here was dialogue costs less than confrontation. The question is, can cooperation in Iowa serve as a model for cross-Pacific relations? Roee, Ruttenberg, CGTN in Des Moines, Iowa.